Previously on ERA Wrestling.
Hello everybody, welcome to ERA Wrestling this week. I'm Daniel Terry, and with me as always, my co-host, John Diamond. And John, we're coming up on a big show, June the 9th. Let's talk a little bit about it.
You mean David Michaels getting a shot at Payne's television championship?
Well, yeah, that's the big match that we're looking forward to. And,
is it?
Why isn't it?
Well, we saw the x-rays.
Yeah, we saw the x-rays.
Will he be able to compete? That's the question.
Well, ERA Wrestling, we're committed to bringing you that match. We think that that's the match that's going to happen. And folks, let me just say that, we know how it looks. It looks like things are bad for David, and I don't want to make light of it. They are. But I know what kind of competitor he is, and I know he's going to do everything he can to make it.
At what cost? That's the question. I understand. I mean, the ERA Television Championship is extremely important. But it's a kamikaze mission. He's going in there against a man that's already beat him once with a broken hand.
Well, you say it's a kamikaze mission, but right now, currently there's only one championship belt in ERA Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we did that on purpose, folks. We think that the television championship deserved the respect of it being the only show there is right now as far as the titles go. And when you get an opportunity at a title, especially when it's the only one in the company, what you're doing by taking advantage of that, if you can pull it off, you can become the champion, you're getting yourself to the big money, to the big pay window, where you're getting that champion's salary. And we all know that's where the money's at, John. You especially know.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And you can call it whatever you want to, but most of these wrestlers that we've got working for us here in ERA Wrestling, they're calling it making a living. And they're going to make the most money they can. And they're not going to turn down a chance at a championship match, even if they do have a accident, broken bone, whatever it is. If they can get clearance to wrestle, they're going to wrestle.
Well, clearly he has heart. You know, I'll give him a hand for that.
John, I tell you, man. Here you are last week, you're saying, oh, I feel bad. They went a little too far. Maybe they did. Now you crack a joke.
Well, I said maybe. I'm just trying to keep things light. What else we got? What we got tonight?
Well, we got two big matches coming up here on ERA Wrestling tonight, folks. We've got an interesting match with Harley Stone versus a guy we don't know a whole lot about him, the Stranger.
Well, I mean, clearly you don't know a lot about him. He's a stranger.
That's the name he turned into the office. Going forward, what else we got?
The main event, Draven Lee, Eric Danielson.
I'm looking forward to that, actually. Eric Danielson's a wrestler that we just recently signed just a few short months ago. I think December.
Yeah,
we signed Eric. From Corbin, Kentucky. We're extremely excited to have him on the roster, and we think he's going to do great things. But now, let's talk a little bit about Draven Lee. Draven Lee's a guy who right now is on the radar to get a shot at that TV title.
That's the question. I mean, he's up there. I mean, he's not that far away from getting a shot at the television championship. So why is he taking matches, like, not just Eric Danielson. I mean, he's a competitor, I understand that. But June 9th, he's facing Deathstalker.
Well, that is definitely a match that he is going to have to really be prepared for. And unfortunately, I don't even know if there's anything you can do to prepare for the Deathstalker. We've saw him several times here in ERA Wrestling. Of course, Deathstalker alone is a handful by himself. But don't forget,
He's a dump truck full.
He's got Paul Buchanan out there with him too, John.
But Paul can't control him.
That's right. Paul can't control him. He's had trouble with him ever since he brought him here to ERA Wrestling. And it's going to be interesting to see what Draven Lee can do to combat it. That's
Run.
a lot of size. Yeah, and I don't think that'd be a bad game plan for Draven. Get away from the guy as much as possible, because a guy who's coming in, what he come in on the weigh-ins?
What, 312 or 315, 320, something like that?
Yeah, it's way over 300 pounds, guys. He is a huge guy. I was leaning more towards 350 something.
Keep in mind, Paul Buchanan was the one submitted his weight.
Well, yeah,
But 312 might be one leg.
Well, but let's put it in perspective as far as that match goes. He didn't really pick the Death Stalker to wrestle John, but the fact of the matter is, that's a match that's got some championship implications.
He didn't turn down the opportunity to wrestle Death Stalker.
He didn't turn it down because he knows if he can get a win against Death Stalker and things play out right, maybe if Payne does happen to beat David Michaels, Draven's got to be somewhere in that position, one or two guy to get an opportunity to face Payne, and that's exactly why he took that match. That's exactly why a lot of the matches you're going to see June 9th are going on. Everybody's jockeying for position to be the television champion.
Well, you mentioned a minute ago we got Harley Stone tonight facing the Stranger. Well, he's got a big match June 9th too against Noah Richards.
And I'm looking forward to that. I think those two men match up very, very well. We have actually seen them before match up, and always put on a great match, an entertaining match. Noah Richards, a very good technical wrestler. Harley Stone also got a lot of technical ability, but at the same time, he's a little bit of a bruiser, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
And that's one thing I'm looking forward to tonight, seeing him against this guy, Stranger. We don't know a whole lot about him, but what we do know, what we have heard, not a lot of technical prowess in the ring. He's one of those guys who he's going to punch you in the mouth if he can, I guess.
He's like a magician. There's no telling what kind of tricks he's going to pull out. He's known to have chains and all kinds of weapons just appear out of nowhere, it seems.
Well, he's another guy we've only had with us since December. We've only seen him just a handful of times. We don't hardly know anything about him. I'm going to be interested to see him in action here tonight. But folks, we're going to have to break away for a few commercial messages for you. But we want to remind you, airwrestling.com.
After these commercial breaks, we've got the match coming up, right?
Yeah. We want to remind you, though, guys, watch this show each week. You see things you don't like, email us. Tell us.
Or things you do like.
Well, yeah, we like compliments.
I prefer that.
Yeah, we like compliments too. Let us know. We're interested to know what you think about the show, and we encourage you to do so, good or bad. We're really looking for your input. But we got the match coming up after the commercial break, and we got a new segment coming up this week as well, where we're going to look at a few of these emails we've been getting in segment 2. And I'm looking forward to doing that too, to see what the folks at home think about the show. We're going to break away, and we'll be right back.
On Saturday, June 9th, ERA Wrestling returns to the Oneida High School gym for the debut of Jeremy Brake. Also in action, Mountain Man versus Johnny Deacon, Draven Lee versus the Death Stalker with Paul Buchanan, and in a controversial main event, David Michaels vows revenge against the man who injured him, as he challenges Payne for the ERA Wrestling Television Championship. All profits will go to the Helping Hands charity. And this week, John, we've got the Stranger taking on Harley Stone.
A warm-up match, I guess you call it.
I don't know if you'd say that. Harley Stone coming in at 217. You've seen Stranger at 205. Not a big size difference.
Oh, he's taking it right to him, right off the bat.
Let's see what Harley's going to do here. Looks like he's going to whip him off the ropes. And wait a minute, John, that's his lariat.
He hit the lariat already. No one's kicked that up before.
1, a 2, and a 3 count. Ladies and gentlemen, 31 seconds. Harley Stone's your winner. Man alive, Noah Richards better look out June
That
9th.
will not happen to Noah Richards.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that match. Wow.
Yeah, all 30 seconds of it.
I didn't see that coming. Harley Stone, a great showing. And like I said in the match there, Noah Richards, he might want to start preparing. I don't know that he's really taking Harley as seriously as what he should after what we just seen.
Well, Stranger and Noah Richards, two different people.
Well, they are. Yeah.
Noah Richards
That's a totally
is
different style, yeah.
Totally different. I mean, he's going to have a lot more competition out of Noah Richards, I do believe.
But
Stranger, it was not his night, clearly. But he's no Noah Richards.
Well, let me say this. He is still a human being, and if Harley Stone hits that lariat, you might see another 30-second 3 count. I mean, that was impressive, and I have to say that I'm looking forward to seeing Harley again June 9th. But we got some other things going on in ERA Wrestling right now. We told you earlier, we wanted to get with you folks and let you know about some of the feedback that we've been getting with our website. And John's going to read some questions here for you that we've been getting. We want to remind you, we read your question right here on the air, whether you're watching us on MBR TV, Facebook, Twitter, on our website. Anything else I'm leaving out?
No, I think that's it.
If we read those on the air, you see it, you're going to get a free admission to one of our shows. And all you have to do is email your information back to us, and we'll tell you how to get that ticket. But let's go ahead and look at what we've got, John.
Yeah, we do have a few questions come in on airwrestling.com. The first is from Tim from Wartburg. He writes us and says, "Why is the video so choppy?"
Why is the video choppy? I'm assuming he's watching it online.
Yeah.
Folks, like I said, I think he's probably watching that online. We hope so anyway, but if you're experiencing that problem, please write us and let us know. But I'm no expert, but I would assume, John, that that's an issue with the internet service provider.
Yeah. If your internet's too slow, then the video will start buffering. If you have that problem, the best thing to do is just pause it and let it load a little bit, and then pick up from there.
But that's the best we can answer that. But let's hear what else we got.
We also have Bill from Sunbright. He writes, "Why is there not more wrestling on ERA TV?"
Well, we're working, as you can see this week, to remedy that. You know, we had a big TV title match last week. We've got 2 matches coming up this week. We thought we had more wrestling. We didn't know we was going to have a 31-second match.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
So that's, you know, something we need to be more prepared for each week. But the biggest reason is we're a new company. We're still in the process of trying people out, trying to get a feel whether we've got good chemistry with them here at ERA Wrestling. And we want you guys to help us out with that too. In the coming weeks, you're going to be getting to see tryout matches that we've had where only our board of directors and just a few of our personal family members were able to attend those tryouts. And even you can see people in the back taking notes and whatnot. We're trying to get you guys the best wrestlers that we can. And that's why right now you're not seeing as much wrestling as what we're going to be having in the future.
Right. Okay, got another question here from Brenda from Crossville. Says, "I saw your show on Facebook. Does ERA Wrestling have a training program?"
We currently are not really taking applications for a class, but we have in the past done that. We usually try to get 4 to 5 people per class, and even though we do have a lot of interest right now, you'd be surprised how many people have sent us the email. If you are interested in being trained to be a professional wrestler here with ERA Wrestling, email us and let us know, and we see that interest level starting to rise. We'll pick back up and have a few more classes. We just had a few go through, and we really haven't scheduled anything in the immediate future, but interest is going to dictate that.
I think we've got time for one more, right?
One more to do it, yeah.
Erica from Jamestown. Why is there not any women wrestling in ERA?
Well, I don't book the matches. The board of directors do that. But I would say to answer that, women are hard to find in this area when it comes to wrestling. Do you agree to
It's
that?
true. It's very true.
There's a few women that do wrestle in this area, but ERA Wrestling being a new company, I think we've had a few issues where geography came into play, and we just couldn't get them that far to here from where they're coming from. So, but in the coming weeks, you are going to get to see a few women coming into ERA Wrestling, especially as we start moving forward. We start getting our championship pictures settled and lined out. That's something you're going to get to see in the near future.
Well, I think that does it for the viewer mail, doesn't it?
Well, I really appreciate all you guys sending us an email, letting us know what you think about ERA Wrestling. And now we're going to jump away, and when we come back, we're going to have another match, ain't we?
Yep, later tonight we got Draven and Eric Danielson, right?
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a really good match. That's two guys with a similar style. Both of them got sort of a high-flying style, so I'm going to be looking forward to that. But folks, we're going to break away, and we will be right back.
Hello, I'm Doc Hall. We're going to talk a little bit about Helping Hands and ERA Wrestling. First, Helping Hands. It's an organization that I started a little while back. It covers the needy children of Scott County for Christmas. It covers Christmas for 5 nursing homes. It covers Thanksgiving dinners for the shut-ins and the people that will not have family in. We cover all that. And when I say we, you, me, everybody covers that. When you give, that's what you do. And ERA Wrestling's coming to town June the 9th at the Oneida High School gym. They're professional wrestling, and they're giving all their best for you. Come on out, June the 9th at the Oneida High School gym and help Helping Hands and enjoy a night of professional wrestling.
All right, folks, this week, Draven Lee taking on Eric Danielson.
Oh, ain't that sweet? Shaking hands.
That's sportsmanship, John. Eric Danielson from Corbin, Kentucky. And starting to attract a lot of wrestlers from the Kentucky area, aren't we?
Yeah, it seems so. Well, this one here, at least he's putting up some sort of a fight against Draven Lee.
You see him working the arm. Looks pretty good thus far in the match.
I don't think Draven will have to worry about Deathstalker working his arm.
No, that's something with Deathstalker that you're not going to have to worry about. You are, however, going to have to worry about him hitting you in your face and giving you a concussion.
That was a good reversal there. I'll give the spokesman for Avon credit for that one.
What?
Makeup. Look at him. He's covered in it. Looks like a paint truck hit him.
Draven does wear the face paint.
Yeah, you caught face paint. I caught makeup.
Well, he might get a hold of you.
Well, he should be worried about Deathstalker getting a hold of him.
Well, right now he's got his hands full worrying about Danielson in here, and he whips him into the ropes, and I'm not sure what happened right there.
Danielson just did not put enough effort into that one. And he paid for it with a kick to the gut and a nice float over suplex.
I don't really think he had enough pounds to do much right there. Obviously, you know, Draven's got the size advantage here, and you'd like to say
nice
that
fireman's carry.
Yeah, you'd like to say that Danielson might have the quickness advantage, but I don't really know that he does. Draven's pretty quick himself.
You got to think too, Eric Danielson, inexperienced compared to Draven. I mean, Draven's not no 20-year vet, but Eric's only been in what, a year or two?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like a year or so. I know he's been here with ERA Wrestling since December, if I ain't mistaken.
I think that's correct. Draven's what, 5-6 years?
Yeah, 5 or 6 years, and been around Draven a little bit in that 5 or 6 years. And there you see a good backbreaker going right after the pinfall.
Apparently wasn't good enough because he kicked out.
But Draven Lee one of those guys who has positioned himself here in Era Wrestling maybe to get a shot to do something big here real soon? And that's here you see a big crossbody from the second rope, and almost got him right there, John.
Well, see, right now Draven has to worry about Eric and nothing else. But June 9th, he's got to worry about Deathstalker. If he can't get through the Deathstalker, he's not going to get a shot at the television championship. And honestly, even if he does, Payne's going to squash him.
Payne's going to squash him?
That's right.
Well,
If Deathstalker don't beat him to it.
Well, you know, to hear you talk, John, I'm glad you don't make the matches because everybody Payne wrestles, he's going to squash.
Well, that's just facts.
Wow. I don't know that, and I'll tell you, David Michaels probably have something to say about that June 9th.
Well, it looks to me like Eric's having a hard time with that suplex. Draven blocked it and hit him with the DDT.
Oh, big DDT.
All he needs to do is cover him. Not many people can kick out a DDT.
It's taking him a little too long right here.
He needs to get on it. He may have wasted too much time. No.
And I think he just barely got out right there.
Do I have to speak up so Draven can hear me? I mean, I'm telling him how to win this match, and he's not paying attention.
Well, Draven Lee's got his own style, that's for sure, and he's unorthodox. We know that. We what few times we've got to see him in the ring, what would you call that?
That was a very unorthodox slam.
A scoop slam. And then he, I guess, midstream might have changed his mind, so I think I'll power slam him.
Well, it got him down for a 2 count.
It worked. It worked. What's he going to do right here? A swanton.
Well, you know, that would have had a lot more impact if he was heavier.
Well, I never could understand why, you know, your big elbow, but I never could understand why you don't just go over and kick a fella.
Well, you were always known for the punches and the kicks and the chops, weren't you?
Well, you know, I like to fight a little bit. But here we got Draven Lee picking him up a small package. 2.
Almost an upset.
I tell you what, man, Eric Danielson.
That much?
Yeah, you see him right there. That much, he says. Eric Danielson's coming on, man. And he misses a splash.
Inexperienced right there.
Well, I mean, obviously he was talking to Draven in the corner. He knew he wasn't softened up to attempt to move like that.
You going for a suplex? No.
Gourd buster.
Don't see it often.
No, that's a move that you don't see very often.
They're both down.
Draven executed it very, very well. And a kip
Maybe
up.
not.
And what's Draven going to do right here?
Well, the kip up looked nice, but he should have went for cover.
I agree. I think you're right on that.
He might be going for the Draven driver, but no, he was cut off.
And, well, Danielson floats over.
Now he cut off.
Catches him. What do we got right here? Is he setting up for a Draven driver?
Yep, looks to me like it.
All
he has to do is cover him.
I think Draven's got this one in the bag.
He just needs to pin him.
Well, where's he going?
See?
Well, he's going up to the top.
Ignorance.
What's he going for right here?
He should have been going for a pin.
He goes for a diving headbutt. We've seen that before, folks. And he's going for the cover right here, and he's got a 3 count and gets a big win right here on Era TV this week. Draven Lee.
You think that's going to happen against Deathstalker?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Deathstalker's going to be a different animal altogether than Eric Danielson.
See, this right here is where Eric thought he had an advantage. Draven cut him off. I really don't see Draven Lee picking up Deathstalker for that.
Well, and, you know, we said earlier, Draven Lee, a 5-year guy. Folks, it takes a long time to learn this business. And, you know, another year and Draven Lee probably makes that cover without going for a diving headbutt and risking injuring himself.
Well, let's see what happens come June 9th when he has to take on Deathstalker.
Well, no question. That's a big old boy. That's going to be a difficult match.
Welcome back, guys. We hope you enjoyed that match. Wow. Draven Lee getting a big win right here on Era TV this week.
Now, I'll give him his props. He got the win. He done his Draven driver. He done the big headbutt, 1, 2, 3. But see, that shows his ignorance. He should have went for the pin after the Draven driver. He shouldn't have went to the top and went for the headbutt. That was a big risk. It was just unnecessary.
Well, as I said during the match, you know, just one of those cases. I don't disagree with you. Just one of those cases where I think Draven was trying to give the folks just one more little thing But as I said, I don't disagree with you. That's an odd thing to say.
Well, see, that's his problem. He's worrying about the people in the audience and not about the 1, 2, 3.
But he
That's
did
what
get
he
the
should
1, 2,
focus
3, which
He
is
got lucky. He's not going to be able to get lucky like that with Deathstalker.
well,
He's
once
going to have to
again,
use his brain on that one.
not to start a trend, but I don't disagree. Deathstalker is one mean dude. But folks, once again, before we sign off here tonight, we want to remind you, ERAWrestling.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. And folks, tell us what you like about the show and tell us what you don't like. Each and every week we tell you that. But folks, we really sincerely mean it, don't we, John?
Oh, yeah, and they have an extra incentive for writing us on our ERAWrestling.com, right?
That's right. Your email gets read right here on the air, and you'll get a free admission to a show. Maybe even get entered into some drawings and things like that we've talked about doing. All that news is going to be coming up on our website, but check it out. Go to the website every day, guys. There's new things going on the website each and every day that you need to check out. Make sure you're staying up to date with Era Wrestling.
It's true.
Anything we need to sum up for this week, John?
Well, we've shown that it was not Stranger's night.
Definitely wasn't.
We've shown that Draven got lucky despite his ignorance.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's ignorant.
Hubris, is that better? It's hubris.
I don't even know what that is. Not wanting to learn any new words this week anyway from you. But let's say this, June 9th, we got a huge show coming up, guys. First and foremost, big main event, David Michaels versus Payne.
Major.
Television Championship. Shut up, we already went through that. Another big match, Noah Richards, Harley Stone. What else we got, John?
Well, Draven Lee, Deathstalker.
Draven Lee and
You
Deathstalker.
can't forget Mountain Man and Johnny Deacon.
Oh man, I am looking so forward to Mountain Man Johnny Deacon. And folks, several different participants being announced each and every week right there on the website. You can go on airwrestling.com, see the rundown. We got people like Jeff Collette coming in.
Wild Willie D.
A lot of different names coming in here that we know that you guys are going to enjoy watching that show.
Yeah, people in this area like Wild Willie D. Don't they? For some
Well,
reason.
yeah. For some, what do you mean for some reason? What's that
Wild
supposed
Willie
to mean?
D.
Well, what's wrong with that?
No pain, that's for sure.
Well, to hear you talk, man, Payne just come in, win a belt, and sat down and have a cold drink and retire.
Why
Why,
not?
you don't want him to ever defend it? What is it with you?
Well, hey, he defended it last week, didn't he?
Well, folks, we're gonna have to sign off, and I'm gonna have to get home because I'm sick of this guy mainly. For John Diamond, I'm Daniel Terry. Good night, everybody.
On Saturday, June 9th, Era Wrestling returns to the Oneida High School gym for the debut of Jeremy Brake. Also in action, Mountain Man versus Johnny Deacon, Draven Lee versus the Deathstalker with Paul Buchanan, and in a controversial main event, David Michaels vows revenge against the man who injured him, as he challenges Payne for the Era Wrestling Television Championship. All profits will go to the Helping Hands charity.